Hi, welcome to RV Healthy. Today we're going to have the selfish episode in a nice way, taking care of yourself. And joining us is the host of the show, Sylvia Tarnoser.
Hi, Andy. How are you?
I'm doing well. This is kind of a very interesting topic that comes to the fore, and a lot of us, you can't help it if you were raised to be polite. And sometimes being polite and putting other people first can kind of get you into trouble.
It can, and that's where we need to really focus on when we are trying to lose weight or to be healthy. We want to make sure that we do make us a priority and don't think of ourselves in a selfish format that way.
Yeah. Well, I think some people maybe have trouble thinking about themselves, but in a greater sense, maybe they're thinking about other people at the same time if they are being a little bit selfish. How does this figure into weight loss and proper nutrition?
Because when you take and really think and focus on your priorities first, it's going to make you feel a lot more energetic. You're going to feel better about yourself, because many times when we're constantly looking at other people and we're doing so many things for so many other people, we are frazzled, we are worn out, and we are just not a good mom, good friend, good companion. So if you can take and really focus on, what I like to say is that airline mentality. First and foremost, the airlines will tell you, you've got to put the oxygen mask on first before you help somebody else in the case of the plane going down. So what you want to make sure of is that you think of yourself first, because then you're going to be better at helping others, better at being there for others, and better at being that good partner for your child or your spouse.
Yeah. Well, now in your coaching, you coach people from all walks of life, of different ages, and of course, men and women. Is it easier to coach one group as opposed to another, or is one group a little bit harder to reach?
I tell you, most of the times the ones that are harder for challenging them, to bringing themselves first are women and moms. Women and moms are the ones who tend to really focus on others first. And it's just, it's not something that, I hate to put men down. Men are just better at making sure that they take the time to play a golf game, and that they take the time to be there for somebody else, but to also be there for themselves. Men are really good at that. And women have a harder time. And women tend to think that they're being better if they focus on others first.
Right. So I guess kind of the first step to the solution to the problem is recognizing it. But then how do you get yourself organized? What do you recommend to begin to put yourself and some of your needs a little bit higher on the priority scale?
Well, I think, just knowing that you're going to be better for those that are around you, that you're going to have more energy, you're going to be a happier person. That's the first thing to really focus on. And then secondly, start making a list. What can you do that's going to give you some more fun in your life? What are those priorities that you're looking for? Many times I've worked with families or women in general who have a family, and they stopped having date night. Put that on your list. That's something that you really want, because that's something for you and your spouse, especially if you have small children at home. Mm-hmm. Or you're watching your grandchildren on a consistent basis. You need to make sure that you're putting that. So making the list, I think, is really, really important to putting yourself first.
Yeah. And I think the other thing kind of ties in with some of your earlier episodes regarding habits. It's easy to be in the habit of putting the same thing on the list, right?
It is. It is. And, if you pencil those things in, and again, some of us think, gosh, if I pencil in a massage, or I pencil in a date night, or I pencil in a movie with a girlfriend, that I'm feeling very selfish. And I shouldn't think that thought. And that's not the case. Really, it is about making yourself feel good about you, because if you feel good about you and your day-to-day progress, your day-to-day goals, you're going to be better for your children. You're going to be better for your spouse or your significant other, and a better friend for that matter.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's penciling in. I had to do this one time in my life, and it's been a while ago, but we're a military family. So we moved consistently for many, many years. And I would pencil in to call a friend that I hadn't talked to in a while that was from a previous base, like on a monthly basis, call this person and call this person. And that was before the Facebook and, some of the social media that we have now that we can stay in touch with.
Well, being in a military family, I imagine over the years you've picked up a lot of acronyms as far as describing military life. I understand you've got a 2-letter acronym that applies in this situation.
Are you talking about the word no?
That would be it. How does no figure into this?
Many of us that get involved in a lot of things tend to be able to, they have a hard time saying no. And you have to be able to say no sometimes, because that, again, is going to make yourself feel a little bit better. If you're constantly saying yes to people, you are stretched way, way too thin most of the times. Probably 99.9% of the times you're stretched way too thin. When that happens, where does that leave you for your weight loss efforts, your healthy eating aspects, and efforts for your family? It's on the bottom end of that page, if not falling off the page.
Right. So it's very interesting to see how this all seems to interrelate. The theme of habits, the theme of making choices, and maybe like not accepting the default or the behavior that you would normally do in a given situation.
That's right. I mean, again, we all need to make sure that we're looking at where do we want to, and this can be in life in general. Where would we like to be in 30 days? And if that's, a weight loss goal, then baby step back into that. If that is in a different financial goal, baby step back into that. I'm a finance major, so I always work in numbers on that. But just make sure that you're making baby step progresses to a bigger result.
Okay. Well, we've talked about no. We've talked about being maybe more than a little bit what people would understand to be at first glance selfish. But what are the benefits? What are the results that you really need to keep focused on as a part of that goal?
Well, I think making sure that you are aware that when you do put yourself in a priority and not feel selfish about it, is that you really are going to be a happier person. And a happier person, people are going to want to be around. And again, the self-worth that you have because of that is going to make you a stronger person, a stronger mom, and a stronger spouse, and a stronger friend.
Wow. A lot of good things to come out of maybe just a little bit of selfishness.
And stronger dad. I can't forget you men out there, because there are some that have a hard time.
Stronger dad and a better granddad, which is the stage in life where I am right now. So listen, you can learn more about a whole lot of things that are related to the subject here at RV Healthy on the RV Healthy website. You can also, don't forget the fact that there is a Pinterest board for RV Healthy at RVNN TV. Some other things, give us a thumbs up. Thumbs up is good on Facebook, and you can follow us on Twitter. When you're on Twitter, make sure that you use the hashtag RVHL, because that's the way that you can send comments and questions directly here to Sylvia. Google Plus, I think I covered. No, I left that out, but now it's covered in as well. Google Plus is on the list. And of course, don't forget to check us out on Roku and Boxee. Now, if you're watching us on Roku, don't forget that some of the things that we talk about and some extra hints are included in the show notes. The way you find that is to go to rvnn.tv and look at the show tab, the drop-down menu at the top, find RV Healthy, and then you can go directly to the episode and see the things we've talked about in this episode. So, Sylvia, any last-minute words?
Nope, just make sure that you don't feel selfish. Take care of yourself.
Take care of yourself. And that's really back to the airplane analogy. You're taking care of yourself so you can have a more enjoyable life, take care of others as well. Thanks for joining us here on RV Healthy, and we'll see you next time.
Hey, Gabe, wanna go for a walk? Gabe? Gabe? Gabe?
Hey, buddy, you lost? Hold on.
If your pet is the adventuresome type, be sure he's connected to Pet Hub. A quick scan using any smartphone shares your pet's vital information so that even his wildest escapades have a happy ending. Pet Hub, reuniting pets with their families.
Come on, Gabe, let's go home.